Hello everybody, welcome to a new video. I do apologize for not uploading in about almost 2 weeks. Being busy getting back into college routine. So if you noticed by the title, this is my review and showcase of Leo's, I'll tag him in the description, of his newest add-on called Effortless Building. If you guys saw the short that I made about a week, 2 weeks ago. I can't remember how long ago it was. But full version released earlier. I think it was last week, and I'm now making a review of it because, hey, why not? Why bloody not? So, what I'm going to be doing today, what we're going to be doing, basically just showing off all the features, what it can do, how it works. Hold on. First off, just gonna edit this so I can put it on limited, so then I don't need to worry about lowish frame rates. Okay, right. So, when you first spawn in, you'll be given the building book. Yeah, it's basically just a book with edited properties, I think. So you right-click or interact on mobile, and this menu pops up. You have quite a few options here. You have air build, line, wall, floor, diagonal line, diagonal wall, slope floor, cube, circle, cylinder, and sphere. They're all the current options in version 1.5. I think he's working on the next update. There's a lot to come in that, but that'll come in a different video. So obviously you start out, you have your normal, hold on, I'm just grabbing something for later on. You have your normal mode for building. Obviously, yeah. So you have that, and then the first one is air build. So if you can see here, the little preview shows you where it's going to place the blocks, as you see right there. So it's actually, I find it really cool how he did all this. It's based off the Java mod. Yeah, there's not much to that. So then you've got the line. It's just basically a straight line. In a certain amount of blocks. Yeah. Very simple, nothing too crazy. One thing about this is it's very optimized. Unless you're like doing huge shapes, which I don't think there's a way to prevent the lag from happening. I will show you in a little bit. So let me go to the wall. So we have two options with the wall. We have filled and we have hollow. I'll show you filled first. So you place on the first point, and then you come over to here, and let's say I want to go up like that. That creates that wall there. Hold on, let me get wood so it sticks out a little bit better. So we just do this again, go up like that. Okay, that is filled. Okay. So then we go on the wall, and then we click on the hollow option, and we click done. So it basically does like that. So let's say you want to make a window or something like that, you can make it pretty simply. Just go really quickly, just break all this. For my sake, so I don't need to keep breaking these by hand, there is also, he also added, in the latest update, he added, hold on, the option to break. So you would, hold on, you select the right mode, filled, done, take your pickaxe, well, go there, select, go over here, select it, and bam. So this would be interact on mobile, left trigger, well, yeah, left trigger on controller, and on PC, or mouse keyboard, it is right click, and then right click on the second point. It's the best way I can explain it. So, then we move on to the floor option. Again, same idea. Select the area, and it fills it in for you. And you can break it using this little thing right here. Just do that so I can simply... It's basically a much more simplified version of World Edit. That's how I look at it. personally, and I'm just gonna show off the hollow version. By the way, there is also there should be a showcase coming out created by Echo. If he sees this, I'm just gonna say I love your stuff. I will say that. So then you got diagonal line. Pretty simple what this is, but what you do is it can actually go up into the air, which I find so cool. I genuinely don't understand how Leo did this, but I'm not even like, okay, there's the issues with some lag. That might just be my PC, but it might be the same for on mobile. So then you've got diagonal wall. I've never actually used diagonal wall, I will admit. But I think I get it. So yeah, it's just basically like this. Then you go up. Well, oh no. Okay, then you place a point, and you'd go up to determine how. Yeah, thought it was. Okay, so then you go bam. Select that bit, and then select that. There we go. So that's that. And by the way, it doesn't only... Okay, I'll go through it in a minute. So then we got hollow, done. Just gonna be the same thing as the normal wall. Select an area, well, select where we want it. And bam. So we do the same thing again. Go across. The thing I like about this is that it knows exactly where it's to go. Does that make sense? So it knows exactly where it needs to go. And I just find it so helpful. So I'm going to go over here. Select you and select you. How? Okay. At this point, it's just easier to do that. Okay. Sorry that took so long. I was just, like, fiddling with it. Then we have the slope floor. This one, I think I did talk to him about it, so then... North, south, east, west. So then we go up. And like that. That's the slope floor. It's really handy for making, well, slopes. Funnily enough. And then... I don't know why that didn't work. That's a bit concerning. I don't know why that doesn't work. Okay, that's a bit weird. I can talk to Leo about that. See if he knows anything. Because I don't know why that's doing that. It's just being kind of weird. Hold on. Slash time set. No, that's not how you spell time. It's time set day, and then we've got hollow version, which obviously from the previous things you've seen, it's just gonna be basically a hollowed out version of it. Yeah, as we know. So then we go bam, bam. Then I come up here. I don't know why it's done that. I don't understand why it's doing that. Okay, I'm just gonna break it for now. You guys get the rest. You guys get the whole concept, hopefully. Okay, now we have cubes. Okay, so this is where the lag can come in. Obviously, that warning. Outline previews, highly resource intensive. Shape is recommended to change to the preview mode to particles or disabled in settings. So to get the settings, we go slash settings. Preview mode, you can go particles or disabled. If you are on mobile, I would suggest disabled or particles. Just depends. Particles seems to be the better for me, because then you can see where it's going to go, and that's what it basically looks like. The outline does make it look a whole lot nicer. However, it's obviously very resource intensive, as Leo has put that little note on there. So then we switch out the cube mode to hollow. Pretty self-explanatory there. So we make it as big as we need, go as high as we need, and look at that, you're seeing that, and then we open it up. Very good for making large, like, rooms. Let's say you want to make, I don't know, a mob farm or something. This is really good for that. Like, really, really good is what I'll say. Oh, okay, I forgot to do that. Yep, you need to go across, bam, and then up. There we go. Huh? Excuse me? Okay, I guess I'll just break it then. Yeah, so what Leo has planned, it's definitely promising. I cannot wait to see what he brings out with it. Anyway, next cube mode, which is skeleton. I don't know, I think, yeah. So, I like how the skeleton works, this skeleton mode. It's going to be super helpful for making builds. This is what I mean. Let's say you want to make a mob farm. It's going to be really good for that. I don't know why that keeps doing that. Okay, I'll have a look. I'll have a look at why that does that. But, and then we disable it. So, this building book, it is genuinely really good, this whole add-on. So, we're done. Okay, then we can move on to circle. Okay, circle is pretty... It's one of the more, like, added on to ones, if that makes sense. It's got the most modes, I'd say. So, let's say we want to make a circle like that. There we go. So that's a circle there. Then we just go find the center of it, and then we just expand out the way. Yep, there you go. So then we switch to, so we go on circle, and we switch to hollow, done. So pretty self-explanatory what this is going to do. It's just going to create a giant circle. So no more needing to pull up those charts to get the right measurements type thing. You can just do it straight from the add-on, which I think is really cool. So we just break that. Okay. Then we take out the... So here's where things become really, really cool. So I gave him this suggestion, me personally, I will admit that. But the ability to make like oval shapes. So if you look there, yeah, uneven. So then we go to here. Oh, no. So we just come over here. Yes, it can be a little bit tedious to see where you're selecting, especially without the previews on. However, it's just something you're gonna have to deal with. And then there we go. There we get hollow, and then we get that. Make it like that. Very kind of uneven, but you get the gist of it. I hope. Yeah, so I think we're coming up to the last few modes now. Yeah, cylinder. It's got the same thing as the circle. So you make how big you want the circle, and then you do up the way. There we go. So then we get this. Just make it however many we need. Just gonna shift down, and then we go up. Yep, now we break them. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, just disable. And then I think you get the gist of it now, so I'm just going to move on to the sphere. The sphere's actually, I find pretty cool. That's just me personally, but, so, there's the filled sphere. And then obviously it might be a little bit harder. Oh, whoa, that's a whole lot of blocks. Okay. Sorry, I didn't know if it was gonna try to crash my game, so I had to just like... Anyway, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna really quickly fix this up. Okay, so now that we've got that, and then the last part here is gonna be the hollow. So if I just... Give me a sec, actually. Just gonna build up really quick so that I can do this, because obviously it, like, breaks the floor. I don't want that happening. So then we scroll down to sphere, done, select there. Oh, whoa, okay. Do that, and there you go, there's a giant sphere. Go on the top, and look at that. Really cool sphere made. All using effortless building. Okay, so now that you've seen what this can do, capabilities of this, just gonna really quickly just... Hold on. Yeah, this is really driving me nuts. So then what I think best thing to do here is to get a cube, get it filled, done. Then we just come down here. We just go like this. No! It's not what I wanted! So if I just go bam, come across here, I forgot we had to do it so that we'd... And I'm gonna go over here. Okay, I think you guys get the gist. Hold on. Okay, I'm just gonna really quickly repair all this, so that I can show you this last little feature. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna do a little thing here so that I can show off the true capabilities. Oh, whoa! I didn't actually know. Oh yeah, another thing with this, it works with custom blocks, and I do genuinely mean that. Let's say you have a load of custom blocks. Let's say, just hypothetically. Just say you have a load of custom blocks from, like, let's say, a furniture mod. It works on that. It's crazy. It's genuinely crazy. So, now, hold on. Let me set my game mode to survival. So, the one really cool thing with this, with effortless building, is it actually works in survival. And it takes the blocks, so you come over here, it's not just creative only, it takes the blocks. So let's say we build here, we go up, there's the wall there, it works on every single mode, and as long as you have enough blocks, it will place them. And you don't even have to have them properly in your, like, let's say you have some in your inventory and some in your hotbar. You don't have to have them all in your thing. There you go. There you go. That's what it says when you run out of blocks. So I just genuinely, I just love this add-on. Ever since this came out, it's going to be so good for building, and yeah. So go really quick before I end this off. If you guys want to see more videos like this, me showcasing add-ons, yeah, Make sure to subscribe, because if you don't, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like the video, hopefully, and comment down below if there's any add-ons that I should showcase. And also make sure to join the Discord. That will be linked in the description. We have grown now to about 30 members or so. A few YouTubers, some of my friends, and I really want to get more people in there for events. And I also am planning a very large event, hopefully, for summer. More news will be coming out, like, in the next few weeks on that. I haven't told anyone, so this is going to be the first time it's been announced. But, other than that, thank you very much to Leo for actually making this add-on, and, yeah, go use it, link in the description. Make sure to subscribe to myself and Leo. He'll be also linked in the description. But yeah, I've been Dan. Yeah. See you next time. Bye.